Hello, film fans. How are we doing today? We ready to talk films? Awesome. You better be. I mean, if you're not, pause the video. But. Okay, so we are here to talk about The Naked Gun, the 2025 version that just came out, I think, this weekend. I think. First off, it is not a reboot or a remake. It's not a remake at all. And it's not really like a number two. To me, it's a continuation. And the best way for me to think about how to describe that to you is like when you think of the book, the Chronicles of Narnia, there's A Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, there's Prince Caspian, and then there's a couple other stories that they all intertwine, but they're not the same story. It's kind of like that. And they do connect it back to the original 1988 Naked Gun version movie. And they do it in a cute way at the beginning. I was like, oh, that's really cute. That's really sweet. That's a nice way to pay homage to the original actors. And then, like, later on, it comes back and it's kind of like at a point of being ridiculous. But that's kind of the point of this movie. Like, it is a ridiculous, straight up comedy to make you laugh comedy. Like, that's the only point in it of it. And it had Liam Neeson in it, and I will be honest, like, I would love to get into casting, and I don't know even how I would do that, but like, I would love to be able to cast for films, but I do think I would typecast Liam Neeson a lot. I think of him as an action, adventure, drama kind of actor. So I was really nervous about seeing him in a comedic role, but he played it really well. I will say there are a couple scenes where it looked like he was fighting a smile, which is fine because like I would assume that that would be like there are a ton of outtakes on a movie like this. But like when Leslie Nelson did it, like it did not look like he was gonna break character at all. Where this one, it kind of looked like he could have broken character. Um, there were a couple surprise cast members in there. I will say the henchman, one of the henchmen was one that I was like, where have I seen this guy from? And it turns out he was in Wild Hogs as a henchman, but he was bald in Wild Hogs and he has hair in this one, so it took me too long. And it took me almost the entire movie to realize that the female lead was Pamela Anderson. I don't know why. I feel really bad that it took me that long. Um, but it did. I like she actually did not look like she was going to crack at all. The storyline was kind of the storyline was an interesting storyline, and I think if it could have been a really good action movie if they didn't go the comedy route. Um, but I think it's better as a comedic, and I'm really glad that I decided to not wait for my nieces and nephews to watch this one because it's really not for them. I think my generation and older generations who really enjoyed the original would like it a lot. I'm not so sure the younger generation would. Like, they would find parts funny. Like, I'm pretty sure Aragon would like it. He's 15. But there were parts that I would be uncomfortable sitting next to him watching. Um, but yeah, it was kind of an interesting concept. Like, the cast did a pretty good job. Um, I will say when it ended, I kind of was like, really? That's the final scene? And then they rolled like three credits and then they did another scene while credits were rolling. Um, so stick around a couple of minutes. There were a few people that left the theater before that. And then after that, like it doesn't enhance the story, it just makes the story feel finished. Um, After that, they do the opening credits of previous Naked Gun films during the credits. And so that was cool. The song during the final credits, Liam Neeson sings, which was really bizarre, um, but kind of funny. And then there is a little scene at the very end of the credits. To be honest, right now I don't even remember what it was. I just remember there was a scene there. It didn't do much of anything. Um, I will say it is not a fast paced movie, but it goes at a good pace. So you don't, it's only like an hour and a half long. So you're not sitting there like dragging out. There wasn't a drag out phase. There were some points where you're like, oh, what's the point of this scene? But it's not like it went slow. Costuming was kind of interesting. The, it was funny. And then, oh, if you do watch the credit, they do slip jokes into the credits. One of the jokes you really have to read to really be able to see the credit. And then the other one, if you watch the credits, you're like, why is that there? But there are at least 2 jokes in the credits. I will say, I'm pretty sure I was the youngest one watching the film today. It was by far not sold out because it was middle of the day Monday. But the other people around me all were laughing out loud. And I, like, that makes the movie for me. Like, if I'm watching a movie and it's a movie that's supposed to be really, really funny, and I do the thing, I don't really crack up. But I'm more likely to crack up when I hear other people laughing as well. Like, not in a peer pressure way, and not in a I'm laughing at them way, but I'm laughing because they're enjoying themselves. Which I know sounds weird, but it really just kind of helps me get into the movie. So other people were laughing. One lady apologized to me. She's like, oh my gosh, I was laughing out loud. And I was like, that's fine. That's the point. There was one other girl there. She's probably older than I am, but not by much. We were right around the same age. But everybody else had 10, 15 years on me. But they all were laughing out loud and really enjoyed it. And there were some callbacks to the original, just with casting and some of the jokes. So it was really good. I was impressed with Liam Neeson in a comedic role. And I'm glad I'm glad it was a comedic role that like when Kevin Hart does movie, you expect it to be funny and he laughs and smiles during his scenes because he knows he's making a joke, where these kinds of movies you have to deliver them in such a way that it doesn't seem like you're joking. It's like a very heavy sarcasm kind of a thing. He was able to do that better. I'm glad it wasn't him trying to purposely make jokes, because I'm not sure that would have come across well. But all in all, I would recommend it to 80s babies and older, to be honest. I like 90s babies will find it funny, but they won't enjoy it as much. I don't think. And unless you truly enjoyed the older versions, I think you would. I personally do not know if they will ever make another sequel like they did with the Naked Gun 1.5 or 2.5 or something like that. But I did find out watching the credits that the Naked Gun is based off a TV show called Police Force, which is the name of the police people on the show. So maybe the Police Force and Get Smart were a lot alike. I will say this movie did not remind me as much of Get Smart as the 88 version. So there's that. But let me know if you've seen it, if you like it, if you enjoy any of those actors. Let me know what you think. And I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the film.